I wanted to share with you today an experience I had this year on Martin Luther King Day. We celebrated Martin Luther King Day in January, and then during the month of February, we looked at Black History Month, and we've been looking at a lot of deep issues around that. And I have to tell you that, up till now, Martin Luther King Day seemed to me like a day for other people. I could hear the speeches, and that's great. Martin Luther King was an inspiring person and did a lot of good things, but I never really felt like it applied to me particularly. Well, this year something happened that changed that for me. So here's what happened. I have the privilege of being involved with two different groups. One is our teens. For some years, I was the director of our youth and family ministry and got to work closely with our teen director as she led our teens. And one of the wonderful things CSL does for teens is provide teen camps where teens gather together from all over and do workshops and processes and share and learn about who they really are, how to support each other, how to create what they want in their lives. And it's a powerful experience. And of course, it's been virtual. It was virtual last summer. And the winter camp is over the Martin Luther King holiday. I'm also involved with our sister center in Kenya, and have had some incredible experiences working with those people in Kenya. Well, this year we had a teen in Kenya who wanted to attend the virtual teen camp. And I was so excited about that. And she got registered. She was going to be able to participate by Zoom with the teens from all around the world and North America. And so I was looking forward to that and thinking, well, that's one good thing that came from us having to do everything virtual. Well, then a week or so before the camp, I learned that a decision had been made that she was not going to be able to participate. And when I asked why, what's going on with that? Why can't she participate? The answer I was given was that the culture was too different from ours. Well, I was upset about that. I wanted us to all be one and come together, and I didn't want cultural differences to keep us apart. So I stewed over it, and I complained to some people the way we do, like when things upset us, and then I remembered, what's the rule about communication? What's our rule? Our rule is that if you have an issue with someone, you go to the person directly. And so I realized I didn't know who'd made this decision, but I contacted some people in the home office to find out so I could go directly to them instead of talking to other people about it. And I had the opportunity to talk with someone in the home office. And the answer I got, frankly, was not entirely satisfying. And I still don't fully understand it, but basically it was that this camp is designed for American teens and their issues, many discussions about sexuality and drugs and different things that confront our teens. And the concern was that if there were discussions about this in Kenya, it might put this young woman in danger. Actually, there are some, of course, very old kinds of attitudes there among many people in Kenya. So that really got me thinking. And it got me thinking a lot about myself and kind of how I deal with situations like that. Here's something I see that seems wrong to me. I want to overcome our cultural differences. I want us to come together. I want CSL to have programs and policies that work wherever you are in the world. We're expanding centers all over the world, and we need to address the needs of everyone, no matter what their culture is or their background. But we also need to ensure the safety of people in other cultures with different laws and different agreements than we have and that we're used to. So I started thinking about that. And I realized that much of my way of dealing with things, and which has been for quite a while, is to kind of go with the flow, to hold back, to wait, to try to make peace, to conciliate, to not make a ruckus, raise a fuss. That's kind of been my style, and it's all right, but suddenly it just happened that the day I was talking to the people and getting this information was Martin Luther King Day. So all of those thoughts were very much on my mind, of what he stood for, what he wanted. And so I'm in this kind of upset place, this uneasy place, and a feeling of, what can I do? And so the next morning, I got up early and I wrote a declaration. And I want to share that with you. So here's my declaration. The purpose of this day is not to remember what Martin Luther King Jr. said or did or accomplished, although this is a wonderful thing to do. This day is about who I am and what I'm willing to do, what I'm willing to sacrifice, what I'm willing to declare, fearlessly and courageously, to bring my dream into reality. My dream that all humanity awakens to its spiritual magnificence, that we celebrate diversity and inclusivity and wholeness, that we join hands and hearts to create a world that works for everyone and for all of creation. I open myself now, flawed little vessel though I may be, to what I'm called to do and what's mine to do. I give thanks for those whose actions and beliefs so upset me on this day of remembering Martin Luther King and his dreams, as their actions spurred me to a deeper examination of who I am and inspired me to take action, to accept and use my personal power, those unique gifts with which I've been so incredibly blessed, to make a difference, to cause a tumult, to shake the very foundations of what we've accepted as normal, to stir others to action, to inspire, to awaken, and yes, to transform reality as we know it. So that's my declaration. And now you know it. And you can call me on it. You can ask me what I'm doing about it. Because that's the question, isn't it? I mean, it's easy enough to write pretty words and say, this is what I want. But what are we going to do about it? What now? So here's what I'm going to do. And this will be my challenge to you as well. So the first thing is for me to remember that I have a dream. It's so easy to get sort of bogged down in the day-to-day, the important things we're doing, people's needs, and so on, and forget. We have a dream. And I have a dream. I have a dream for our center. I have a dream for my life. I have a dream for our world. The second thing that I'm going to continue to do is share my dream. That's what I did today, to share my declaration. Martin Luther King Day is about all of us, about our dreams and what we're willing to do and sacrifice. Next, I'm going to continue to open to spirit and trust my intuition. I don't have to figure out what to do by myself. going to be willing and open and say, Spirit, use me. Let me know. And then I'm going to pray for the courage and the strength to act on those ideas that come and take action. Next, and this is a big one for me, I'm going to accept the support of those around me. Like many of us, I'm one of those who likes to do things by myself, and sometimes think I need to do things by myself. So that's part of my challenge as well. We can't do this alone, and we're not in this alone. We're all in this together, creating this world, transforming the world, bringing about a new kind of world, a new kind of existence, using our creative powers of thought to create what we see, what we know, to move to that place of wholeness and freedom and power. I want to read you something that Ernest Holmes said in The Science of Mind. It's interesting because this is right at the beginning. And I think that's because it's the most important idea that he wanted us to have. This is in chapter 1, and here's what he said. We see abundance in the universe. We cannot count the grains of sand on a single beach. The earth contains untold riches, and the very air is vibrant with power. Why then are we weak, poor, and afraid? The Science of Mind deals with these questions. The divine plan is one of freedom. Bondage is not God-ordained. Freedom is the birthright of every living soul. All instinctively feel this. The truth points to freedom under law. Thus, our inherent nature is forever seeking to express itself in terms of freedom. We do well to listen to this inner voice, for it tells us of a life wonderful in its scope, of a love beyond our fondest dreams, of a freedom which the soul craves. Ernest Holmes told us how to create those dreams that we have, to create what we dream of, to bring it into reality. So, here's my challenge to you. Think about what your dream is. When you hear someone like Martin Luther King inspiring us with his dream, think about, what's my dream? What do you dream of as you look out at the world? And then, as you do that, share that dream. Share it with other people. Say, here's what I see. Here's what I want. You don't have to know how to make it happen, how all the ins and outs of it and how you're going to get there. At the beginning, to have the dream. And then to be open to Spirit. Say, what's mine to do? I'm willing. And then, of course, to accept the support. That's what we're here for as a community, to support each other in all of our dreams, as we're all pursuing and creating and working together. You know, right now, our center is in the process of creating something new as we call in our new minister. And perhaps many of you had the opportunity this past weekend to participate in that process. That's what we're looking at. What is our dream for our center? How do we want it to feel? What do we want it to be? When people show up, what do we want their experience to be? That's our dream. And then, of course, the last thing is don't give up. Oh, it's so easy in our world today to get resigned and to feel hopeless. It's just there are so many challenges. That's the last thing. No, we don't give up. We reach out. We support each other. And you can all do that. That's your place to open yourself to your dream, to share it, to accept the support you need. And knowing that and holding that in mind, let's join together in prayer. Prayer is about what we know. And what we know right here and right now is that we are one. We come together as one, as a community, to share, to learn, to experience all that life has to offer. We celebrate the joy of being alive, the joy of being human, and we acknowledge everything that happens as a gift to us from the universe for our awakening, because we are awakening. We know and accept our power to transform the world. We open our minds to wide open possibilities. And we release the limitations of past experiences. We let go of fear, trusting that we are held in the arms of love, that what we need will be provided, that we will have the strength and the courage to take action to bring about that which we see as we dream. We give thanks. We give thanks for each other, for our center, for our leaders. We give thanks for opportunities, for joys. We give thanks for all the emotions we feel, for every challenge, for every opportunity, for every gift. We remember that we have the power to let go. And now we release this prayer, this treatment, into the law of cause and effect, the law that says what we think, what we believe happens. Our thoughts create the world around us and our experience of it. So we let it go, knowing all is well, all is perfect. And we say together, and so it is.